In this video, we're going to talk about character formatting. We're going to create and modify a style. We'll talk about non-breaking spaces, and we'll also take a look at controlling the format while you're pasting. Let's start off with formatting fonts by using the Font Dialog Box. So I'm going to highlight the text online video. Now, after I've highlighted my text, I can go up to the Home tab and in the font group, click on the dialog box launcher, or I can press Ctrl D to bring up the font dialog. Now, one thing to keep in mind with Ctrl D, if you have a graphic highlighted, it will actually duplicate that graphic. Now I'm going to go to the Font tab and change the text. So I'm going to change the font color to blue. And I'm also going to add an underline style and change the color of the underline. Now I'm going to go to the Advanced tab and I'm going to change the spacing to expanded. And then finally click OK. There are a few different ways we can duplicate the formatting. You can use Format Painter. You could also use copy and paste. But because I use the font dialog, what I'm going to do here is highlight the text I want to change. And because I did it in the Format Font dialog, I can simply just press F4 and repeat the last thing I did. So all the steps I did in the dialog are repeated on whatever I had selected. Now let's take a look at non-breaking spaces. Now I have a phrase that I might want to put a non-breaking space on. So I'm going to turn on non-printing characters so we can see the space. Now I want to change this to a non-breaking space so Microsoft Word always stays together on the same line. Now there is a shortcut for non-breaking spaces. I'm going to press Control and Shift and spacebar at the same time. And you can see the icon is different than the other spaces. And you can see Microsoft and Word stay together on one line. If you're doing a lot of formatting, you might want to create a style so you don't have to worry about copying it or doing all the changes again, because you have a style that will have all your changes saved in the style. I'm going to create a style off of this text right here. So I select it. Now I'm going to go to the Styles group, and in the gallery, there's a More button to show the gallery. And I'm going to click Create a Style. Now I want to actually change the style a little bit first. So I'm going to click on Modify. I'm going to give the style a name. And I'm also going to change the style type to character. Now you'll notice there's a style saved in the styles gallery. Now this is what I would typically do if I'm going to use this over and over again. Now the other text that looks the same is not actually under the style. So I'm going to select those two and apply the style to it by highlighting it and then clicking on subject. Now if you need to select more than one thing, I'm just holding down Control while I highlight with the mouse. One of the advantages of using a style, they're all linked. So if I want to update the style, I can do it by changing one of the selections and then updating the style. So I've selected this text right here, and I'm going to change the font to purple. Now, in my styles gallery, I can right-click the style, and I can choose the option Update Subject to match selection. And as you can see, all the styles that were applied to my text changed to the exact color I just changed to. The last thing we're going to take a look at is pasting text. Now, you have different options as far as formatting when you copy and paste text. So I'm going to show you by copying and pasting this document. To get to the paste options, I'm going to go up to the clipboard group and click the drop down underneath. And I'm going to point to the different options. You can see source formatting, where it looks exactly the same. You can merge formatting, where it merges it to the template you're using on the destination document. Now, the picture format just puts a picture of the text you're copying. And lastly, if you want to get rid of all the formatting, you can choose keep text only. This can be useful when you're copying from websites or a document that just has a lot of formatting. Now I'm going to choose keep source formatting. And the last thing I want to talk about is removing formatting. Now there is a shortcut for that. I'm going to press Control A to select everything. And if you just want to start clean with no formatting, you can hold down Control and press the space bar. Now, if you prefer the mouse, there's also a button in the font group that says clear all formatting. I hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching.